dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine. Can you remember what we discussed in the last class? We discussed tense. Now we will discuss the rest of the tenses, and I have given you a homework. Can you remember the homework? Boys play football. With the help of this structure, I asked you to make 12 sentences. Now, if you did at home, you can match your answer script with what I am writing now. Present indefinite, boys play football. Past indefinite, boys played football. Future indefinite, boys will play football. Present continuous, boys are playing football. Past continuous, boys are playing football. Future continuous, boys will be playing football. Present perfect, boys have played football. Past perfect, boys had played football. Future perfect, boys will have played football. Present perfect continuous, boys have been playing football. Next, future perfect, present perfect continuous. Yes, it is right. Okay. Now, past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous, boys had been playing football. Future perfect continuous, boys will have been playing football. Okay, I think you have done this correctly, as those structures are not so difficult. It is very easy way to memorize your tense, to learn tense. If you look at the structure, 3 indefinite, present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. If you memorize one structure, you will be able to memorize other 2 structures or 2 sentences. In the present indefinite, boys play football. What is the difference between present indefinite and past indefinite? Here present form of verb has been used, and here in the past indefinite tense V2, that means past form, has been used, and here future indefinite tense shall or will plus V1 means present form. So if you memorize or keep learning one structure, one indefinite, you will be able to learn other two structure. In the same way, present continuous, past continuous and future continuous. Present continuous, subject, amager. Here we use are, V1 ing plus object. Are playing, were playing, will be playing. What are the differences? Only the auxiliary verbs are different. In present continuous we use amager, past continuous, was, were, future continuous, shall be or will be. After this auxiliary verb we use V1 plus ing. Present participle, playing, playing, playing. In the same way, if you look at the perfect tense, you will see boys have played football. Subject have or has. As your subject is plural, we take have. We can use has if your subject is singular. Mind it. So in present perfect, after subject have plus V3, past perfect had plus V3. What is the difference? In present perfect, auxiliary verb is have or has, but in past perfect the auxiliary verb is had. In the same way, in future perfect you will see boys will have played football. Here we use will have, auxiliary verb, will plus have. This is the difference from the two other tenses, present perfect or past perfect. When in present perfect we use have, past perfect had, and now in present future perfect we have used will have, but the main verb is same. Here V3, V3, V3. In the same way, if we look at another three sentences, present perfect continuous, subject plus have been or has been. We have taken have been plus V1 ing. In past perfect, subject plus had been. What is the difference? Here we use have been, but in past perfect we use had been, and in future perfect will have been. So if you memorize what are the differences, in present perfect continuous you have to use have been, past perfect continuous had been, future perfect continuous had been, and after those auxiliary verbs you have to use present participle plus object. Those are the structures of tenses. Now we will make some voice tenses of the 9 tenses: present indefinite, past indefinite, future indefinite, present perfect, past perfect, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect. Before going to voice tense of these tenses, we will try to make interrogative sentence of these tenses. In those two tenses, present indefinite and past indefinite, only these two tenses don't have auxiliary verb. If you do not have auxiliary verb, you have to take the help of do not or does not in present indefinite, and in the case of past indefinite, did not. With this help of this auxiliary verb, will make negative sentence and interrogative sentence. So boys play football. If you make negative sentence, what will happen? Boys don't play football. Now we can say, sir, if your subject is not boys, if your subject is boy, what will happen? Boy plays football, In this case, you have to take does not. So we can say in present indefinite tense, if we want to transfer the present indefinite tense into affirmative to negative sentence, in that case we will take don't or does not. When we will take don't, when we will take does not. If your subject is plural, you will take the help of don't. If your such as boys don't play football. If your subject is singular like boy, you will take doesn't. Clear? So if you want to make the sentence negative, we will do boy does not play football. And another thing is that here we use s after the verb as we take doesn't. So we will not here use s after this verb, only the base form of verb. When we will take or use do not, does not or did not, after those auxiliary verb we will use the base form of verb such as play and play. Likewise, past indefinite tense. If we want to make this sentence negative, what we will do? Here we will take the help of did not, as this sentence is past indefinite. If you want to make past indefinite tense negative sentence, তাই না? So in that case we will take the help of did not. Well, boys didn't play football. In this case, affirmative to negative. Boys will play football. Boys will not play football. Now you can ask me why I haven't taken don't or doesn't. I have not taken the help of this verb because here is auxiliary verb. If auxiliary verb is found in your sentence, in that case you have not or you don't need help of auxiliary verb. After, if you see auxiliary verb in your sentence, only not can be used, not is used. No other auxiliary verb is needed in these cases. So boys will not play football. In the same way, in this sentence we will see boys are not playing football. In present past continuous, boys are not playing football. Future continuous, boys will not be playing football. Present perfect, boys have not played football. Here past perfect, boys had not played football. Future perfect, boys will have not played football. And in this way you will see the another three sentences: present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. You will make your sentences negative by using the rule of this structure, not the rule of present indefinite or past indefinite. As in your present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous, we will see the auxiliary verb. So as we know, if your sentence has auxiliary verb, in that case to make negative sentence you only need not. Take the help of not the help of do not, does not or did not. So I think you will be able to make negative sentences. After negative we will try to make interrogative. As we see, in making sentence negative, we only, in the case of present indefinite and past indefinite, we only take the help of do not, does not and did not in the present indefinite and past indefinite. But in another sentences, another tenses, we don't take the help of do not, does not or did not. We only take the help of not. In the same way, if we want to make these tenses interrogative sentences in present indefinite and past indefinite, we will take the help of do not, does not or did not. What is the difference in negative and interrogative? In negative we use do not, does not and did not after subject, and we also use not after auxiliary verb. The difference is that in interrogative sentence we will use do not, does not or did not before subject. This is the basic difference between negative and interrogative. In negative sentence we use do not, does not, did not after subject and not after auxiliary verb. But in interrogative sentence these do not, does not or did not are used before subject. Now look at the board. Boys play football. So if we want to make this sentence interrogative, as there is no auxiliary verb, so we have to use, and it is present indefinite, so we have to take the help of do not or does not. Which one we will take? We will take do not, as your subject is plural. So don't boys play football. And in the same way, if we see boy plays football, how will you make it interrogative? Which one we will take? Here we will take the help of does not, because your subject is singular. So if here we will use doesn't boy play football. Now see past indefinite. Here we will take, in the case of past indefinite, we will take the help of didn't. Didn't boys play football? We only make it interrogative, not interrogative negative. Here we will use do or does, and in past indefinite did, not so do boys play football? Did boys play football? Will boys play football? Present continuous, are boys playing football? Now you have to look the another differences in present indefinite and past indefinite. In see, we use here only the base form of verb. If you take the help of do not, does not or did not, you have to always use after subject the base form of verb, either in negative or in interrogative. But in besides those two sentences, present indefinite and past indefinite, you need not change your finite verb, present participle or past participle. Here, are boys playing football? In the same way, in present continuous, we will use are boys playing football. Future continuous, will boys be playing football? Present perfect, have boys played football? Past perfect, had boys played football? Future perfect, will boys have played football? Now I think you will be able to make negative and interrogative sentence very easily, and with the help of this sentence, now we will try to make passive voice. Why are we learning those interrogative sentence, negative sentence, active voice, passive voice? If we want to solve the right form of verb, want to make correct sentence, use correct verb in right form of verb, we have to know about these rules. At first you have to knowledge about tense, and if you know, you can identify the tense, but you don't know whether it is active or passive. If subject is emphasized, thus your sentence will be active, but if object is emphasized, your sentence will be negative. You have to remember, at first you have to identify tense, then you have to know whether it is active or passive, then you have to know whether it is affirmative or negative. So we will see some basic rules of voice sense. If you want to make active to passive. At first you have to look at the object of your sentence. If your object is noun, you have to take the noun unchanged as subject, football. But here if you see your object is pronoun, suppose it or him. Here you have to take the help. What is the subject of him? He. That means if your object is pronoun, then your object you have to take as subject. Football. After your object, you have to take every tense has passive auxiliary. At first, after subject, you have to take the help of passive auxiliary. The passive auxiliary of present indefinite tense is am, is, or are. Past continuous, past indefinite was or are. Future indefinite, past, present indefinite am, is, or are. Past indefinite was or are. Future indefinite be. Present continuous. In the case of continuous, your auxiliary verb will be being. In the perfect tense, your auxiliary verb will be have. You have to memorize only 3 auxiliary verbs: present indefinite, am, is, are; in past indefinite, was, were; in future indefinite, be or be; and in continuous tense, present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. Being, perfect tense, have. So if we want to make this sentence passive, you have to take your object at first as subject, football, then auxiliary verb. According to subject, you have to take one auxiliary verb. As your subject is singular, you will take is. After then, you have to take the V3 form, past participle form of the main verb. Football is played. Then by subject boys. In past indefinite, football was played by boys. In future indefinite, football, you have to at first take the auxiliary verb. In present future indefinite, there are 2 auxiliary verbs, modal auxiliary, will or shall. According to subject, we take football, will. After this, the passive auxiliary be played by boys. In the same way, in present continuous tense, football, then the auxiliary verb of tense. Which auxiliary verbs we use in present continuous? Am, is, are. After football we use is. Then passive auxiliary being. Past participle form played by boys. I think if you are attentive, you will be able to rest of the tenses. Here, football in past continuous, auxiliary verb was, passive auxiliary being, V3, played by boys. Future continuous, football will be, নিজস্ব auxiliary verb. Then passive auxiliary being played by boys. Now present perfect continuous, football, present perfect. After this, the auxiliary verb has, passive auxiliary been, played by boys, past perfect, football, had, passive auxiliary been, played V3 by boys, future perfect, boys, football will have passive auxiliary been, V3 played by boys. Now I think you have learned the tenses and active and passive voice, interrogative and negative. If you face any problem, you will call me. I will try my best to solve your problems. And these structures actually tenses, voice, interrogative, negative, these will help you to solve your right form of verbs, and those are the basic grammar. If you don't have any knowledge of this basic grammar, you will not be able or go ahead in English. So you will learn again and again, revise again and again the 4 classes already I have taken. If you learn these classes well, you will go well. So advance Eid Mubarak, and after Eid we will meet again. Until then, see you. Thank you.